Hello friends, welcome to See Astrology, and this is my third video. Today I am going to tell you about which is the most important planet in your chart. Like if you see any birth chart, how you can judge and how you can see which is the most powerful or the most important planet in your birth chart. So it's very simple. I'll explain you it with few examples as well. So for this you have to know about Bhav Chalitam theory. Bhav Chalitam theory, I will make separate videos on it in coming times, like how to calculate Bhav Chalitam theory, Bhav Chalitam Kundali. Bhav Chalitam Kundali is always calculated on equal distribution house method. It's a very common method and most of the softwares use this method to calculate Bhav Chalitam. So Bhav Chalitam is a very important Kundali, and without seeing Bhav Chalitam Kundali, if you predict anything related to birth chart, predictions can go wrong, friends. So it is very important Kundali, Bhav Chalitam Kundali. I'll make separate videos on it. So now let's begin with our main topic, which is the most important or the most powerful planet in your Kundali. So let's say if someone has his Lagna at 747 degrees. For example, let me explain you like in simple words. If you see any chart and the Lagna degrees are 747 and let's say 35 seconds, so these are 7 degrees 47 minutes and 35 seconds. So in Hindu Jyotish, this is called the Bhav Madhya of any house. All the houses will have the same Bhav Madhya. So this, when I will explain Bhav Chalitam Kundali, I will also explain you what is Bhav Madhya and how you can see Bhav Madhya. But just to understand this concept, that which is the most important planet in your chart, you just need to know what are the degrees of my Lagna. So I have taken an example. Lagna degrees are 747 and 35 minutes. Now in any chart, I am taking example of Capricorn Lagna. Let's say if a person has ascendant number 10. So in Capricorn Lagna, which planet can become the most powerful planet? So for that you need to know about the Kendra houses and the Trikona houses, which in coming times I will explain you what are Kendra houses, what are the Trikona houses. But in this example, let's say ninth lord becomes Mercury. If you take Capricorn as Lagna, and in ninth house you will see Virgo sign, which is ruled by Mercury, and that Mercury is your ninth lord. It is a very powerful planet, but the placement and the aspect and the conjunction will decide whether that Mercury is powerful or not. But there is some other concept, there is some other rule, or you can say it is a different technique you can apply to see whether this Mercury is powerful in your chart or not. So let's begin with our example. If in this chart Mercury is at 7:34 and 35 seconds, like 7 degrees 34 minutes and 35 seconds, so this Mercury will become the most important planet in your chart. First, because he is the ninth lord, only those planets which are beneficial to number 10 Lagna, like Saturn is the lord of number 10 Lagna. So the planets who are friends to Saturn will only become the most important or the most powerful planet in your chart. But the first condition is that any planet whose degrees are close to Lagna degrees and he is the friend of the Lagna Lord, the ascendant Lord, that planet becomes the most powerful planet in your chart. So in this case I have taken Capricorn as Lagna. Let me draw a small chart just to understand this example very clearly, because without chart then there would be a lot of confusion. So let's say this and this. So Capricorn Lagna, Mercury is the 9th lord. Lagna degrees are 747.35 and Mercury degrees are 734.35. So this Mercury is close to Lagna degrees. In other words, you can say this Mercury is close to Bhav Madhya. Any planet who is beneficial to ascendant lord, he is a friend of ascendant lord and close to Bhav Madhya degrees, becomes the most important planet in your chart. Now the second rule you have to see, like in this chart I have seen Mercury is very important planet for this person who has Capricorn Lagna, because Mercury is 9th lord as well, and in degree wise he is very close to the Bhav Madhya or the Lagna degrees. So the placement of Mercury will count a lot in this chart. For example, let's say Mercury is placed in 12th house, but even if it is placed in 12th house and he is the most important, or you can, in other words, you can say he is the most powerful planet in this chart, it will give good results in 12th house as well. It is not like that Mercury being the 9th lord in 12th lord, being the 9th lord in 12th house will give bad results. Yes, it will give some negative results, but because of its close degrees to Lagna degrees, it will give beneficial results also in any house it is placed. When any planet becomes powerful and that planet is a friend of your ascendant lord, that planet, irrespective placed in any house in your chart, will definitely give good results as well as negative results of that negative house as well. So this Mercury here will give intuition power to the person. 12th house is the last house of your chart. This is the end of your journey into this world. Your journey begins from the ascendant, from here, then it moves here, from here, and when it comes to 12th house, it is the end of your life. The journey comes to an end. The soul travels to the Lord Shiva and again you take rebirth. So Mercury placed in 12th house will only give good result if this rule is applicable. He is very close to Lagna degrees. So he will improve, or he will fortify the 12th house. Intuition power to predict anything, because 12th house is connected to the different world, and Mercury, the planet of intelligence, it relates to astrology as well. A person who has got a powerful Mercury in the 12th house can become a good astrologer. He can predict a lot of things through his intuition power. This Mercury will give him intuition power. This Mercury will increase his intelligence, but that intelligence will only work in the 12th house. Things related to the 12th house. 12th house is the house of your expenses. So Mercury sitting here will give him strength to to calculate his expenses, how to spend his expenses, where to spend his expenses. But on the negative side, he will give lot of negative things also, like Mercury in the 12th house, because he is the karaka of your mind and he is the planet for enjoyment. He is the prince in the Hindu Jyotish astrology. It will take a person to a fantasy world where he likes to fantasize everything. Lord depends upon the aspect on Mercury, which planet is aspecting Mercury, which nakshatra is in Mercury. That will count a lot. But you can basically predict this. If this kind of position forms in any house, whether it is 6th, 8th, third, any house which is a evil house, but the planet is a friend of ascendant Lord and he is powerful, and this condition is applied to that planet, then it will give good results as well related to that house where it is placed. It is not always like that. If a planet is placed in an evil house, it will give bad results. So these are some techniques you need to remember when you analyze any chart. What is the strength of our planet? How close it is to Bhava Madhya, or how close it is to Lagna degrees. If it is very close to Lagna degrees, that planet will automatically be strengthened. But if it is a negative planet, here I mean as enmity to your ascendant Lord, then getting close to the Lagna degrees or getting close to the Bhava Madhya, he will gain more strength and he will create more negativity in your chart. He will give more evil effects, even if it is a natural benefic planet. But anything which is unfriendly to your ascendant Lord, and that planet gains strength. In this way, if this condition is fulfilled, then it will 100% give more bad results than you expect. So this is a simple video I have made on which is the most important or the most powerful planet in your chart. So this is all for today. Thank you very much.